Here's a story which I know that a lot of people know, but it's a beautiful story. The Rebbe Marash, the fourth Rebbe of Chabad, he lived shorter than any of the other Rebbes. I think he was 48 years old when he passed away. And he was a miraculous person, they say he was very Baal Shem Tov like. His life was a miracle. But here's an amazing story. He lived a very short amount of time, so every moment of his life was tremendously precious, very valuable. One of the things that he did wasted a lot of his time. What was it? One day he told two, three of his followers. I think one of them was his son also. Anyway, told two, three of his followers to come with him. They took a carriage, maybe they took a train, whatever it was. In any case, they went to Paris. Paris, from Lubavitcher to Paris, how long is that? It's a long trip. So they went to Paris and they went to a very expensive hotel, one of the most expensive hotels there. And he went to the counter and he said that he wanted he wanted the most expensive room in the hotel. And they said the most expensive room is taken up, but we have the second most expensive room. And he said, okay, I'll take that. He took that room. A tremendous amount of money, whatever it was, to go to this room. Now, the Rebbe, of course, he was a religious Jew, and he looked like a religious Jew. And not only that, he didn't look like an ordinary religious Jew. And religious Jews, as it is, they look different, they're dressed different. But he had a shining countenance. He was a very unique and holy person. It drew everyone's attention to who he was. In any case, they took this room. On that floor, there was a casino where they gambled. And they play cards, they play roulette, they play dice, whatever they play. And of course, over there, there's also music, entertainment, and there's liquor. So he went into the casino. As far as I know, he went in alone. And he sat down in a chair, and he looked at one young man that was playing roulette or something, playing gambling. Young, handsome young man, French, old foppily dressed, And he went over to him, and the man was sitting, playing, and he was sipping wine. And he went over to him and he said, "Young man, not Jewish wine, yain nesech, stuffs up the heart, but tamtem is a live." And then he sat down. Yain nesech metamtem et live. That's what he said. And he went and he sat back down. That sort of shook the man up. But in France, Paris, especially in those days, everything goes. Everything goes. You could dress however you wanted to. You look whatever you wanted to, do whatever you wanted to. It was of the freest societies that there were. So this man was sort of shaken up a little bit. He looked back, but he was in the middle of playing, what is gambling, whatever he was doing. After a couple of minutes, the Rebbe stood up again. He went over to him and he said, "Young man, be a Jew. Zayin a Yid. Be a Jew." And he went outside. The Rebbe went outside. And he sat down in the chair. It says that the Rebbe was so shaken up by the experience. The Rebbe himself was shaken up by this experience that he sat down in a chair. And this chair was meant it had like two poles on it, that there were workers there that would take the poles and carry a person up the stairs. I guess there was no elevator in those days. I don't know when elevators were invented, but in any case, this was like in the 1800s, the 1800s, late 1800s. So in any case, he sat down in this chair and two men came and grabbed the poles, and he said, no, I'm sorry, I didn't. I just want to rest a little bit. And he went into his room and they said, "What happened?" He said that a high soul like that has not come into the world for a long time. He's talking about, anyway, this young man in the casino, he asked around, "Who is that man? Who is that person that came up to me and told me to be a Jew? How did he even know I was a Jew? So he asked around, and finally one of the workers there said, I don't know, but he took the second most expensive place in the whole entire hotel. So that was the reason that he took it, so that everybody would know where he was, so that he could get. And so this young man went to the room, he knocked on the door, and he was curious. He said he wanted to say, what is he talking about being a Jew and wine? And I said, and Rebbe took him in, and they spoke for about an hour or two, and the young man came out, and he totally changed his life. And it even says in the story that the name of the man was Klein, from the family of Klein. I don't know if it was connected to one of the Rebbe's big secretaries, very wonderful man called Rabbi Klein, is that Benjamin Klein. I don't know if he was from that family, but anyways, it was from that family. And this young man, he eventually became a religious Jew with a family. It says that he had a wonderful family. He grew up a family, became a well-known family in Chabad. The point is that the Rebbe was willing to consume a lot of his very, very precious time and his energy to travel such great distances. How we could have possibly known that this man was in this specific place in one specific hotel in a casino in France, and that he would go to exactly pinpoint where this person is only a Rebbe could know. But the point is, he saw this person's soul was ready, and he took him out of Egypt. So it will be, the Mashiach will do to every single Jew in the world. That's why we need Mashiach now, to wake everyone up to how good the Creator is and how much He loves us. Have a good day with Mashiach now. See you all tomorrow.